Ah, damn it, man. Here we go again. Here we go again with all the freaking news. Holy crap, a bunch of crap dropping. Jeez. Literally just took a shower. And now we're doing a news video. Not only, like, there was stuff yesterday. Literally freaking yesterday. I'm putting my bag in the car because work, and adulting. But literally, dude, there was news yesterday, and honestly, I was tired, so I'm glad I didn't make it then. But then more news came out. More came out, literally in a few hours after. Okay, if I could do this, I gotta do this on the ride mower if I can. You want to see my swaggy setup? Cha-cha! All right, man, we're getting into this. Freaking beard's still wet, but it's fine. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Kimbo here, and it's time for an epic discussion video. Yeah, we got a bunch of news. So it's gonna segue into different things. Yeah. So we have not one, not two, but three freaking things to talk about with this. TT just dropped a bombshell. They're like, yeah, Burst Ultimate might be the last season. But that don't mean we're done with products. And then they announced something we weren't even expecting. Well, we kind of were, but didn't know if it would actually happen, and it's happening, and it's also making me think maybe more might be coming. Maybe so. But that'll be saved for the end of this. But getting into this, dude, there's so much. Oh my God. All right, so I guess the first thing I'll talk about is the all-in-one set. So there's a new all-in-one set, basically for anybody who's getting into the game and such. It's not a set you necessarily have to get, but they got some really cool recolors with it. And I know I'm going to try to pick up this set. Plus, it'll give me another DB Stadium, and it'll give me a reason to use the DB Stadium. Because I've got a DB Stadium, I got the clear one, but I've held off on using it because skits. I wanted to save it for the skits and everything. The attack stadium that I've been using, everybody says is all beaten up and everything, which I know it's beaten up. I'm giving it its props big time for the rest of this year. That's why I'm only using that stadium. I'm saving all the other ones for the skits because I have big time plans. Every single one of them is going to get showcased in a major way. That's how I did for my MFB stadiums. I showed them off with the skits in a major way. When I couldn't show them off with the actual 1v1 battles and stuff, that's what made the skits that much more special, and I plan on doing the same exact thing for the burst skits. So just saying that for anybody who's wondering about all the other stadiums, because yes, I have multiple stadiums. I'm just using that one to give it props and respects because I'm going to retire it at the end of this year. But just going to leave that at that. But getting into this, man, the all-in-one set comes with a DB stadium or Dynamite Battle Stadium. So I'll have another one that I'll be able to use for battles and such. I'm just not one that uses the DB Stadium too much because of the flat ridge on the outside. Yes, it's nice for defense and stamina type bays, but I like getting in the big time attacks with the attack types in the regular stadium. Getting that flower pattern and such. It's really tough to pick up that flower pattern with the DB Stadium. Just me being real. I don't hate the stadium or anything. Just how it is, it makes it difficult for attack types. They mainly circle around the outside. If you try to slide shot with it, it's still going to end up on the ridge and probably sit there for a while because having the flat tips and everything, you know what I mean? But yeah, like I said, I don't hate the stadium or anything. I think it's a really sick stadium, but it'll give me another option for stadiums to use. So I have one that I'll be saving for the skits, and then one I could actually use for some more battles. But yeah, dude, so with this set, we got two bays. There's a Divine Belial recolor, I'm pretty sure, yeah. So it's Divine Belial. It's interesting too, because I think it's Divine Belial, Nexus Adventure, and then maybe just a different armor with it, 3 or something like that. But it's basically a recolor of Belial, and the color scheme for it is actually the Hajime. Anybody remember the Hajime Siacho Choji Valkyrie? That's red, white, and blue. Literally same color scheme as that. So I think they're paying homage to that for sure. Yeah, I mean, overall coming with basically the same parts as stock Divine, but still the recolor for it looks freaking sick, dude. It looks so cool. Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it. And The other bay that comes with this set is Chain Kerbeus. They actually put another Chain Kerbeus in here. So we've seen Chain a few times at this point. I don't think it's too repetitive, because you haven't seen Chain too much besides the random booster. And then also like with this set with Achilles, So third Chain, not a bad decision. But Chain Kerbeus, and it's gold, dude. It's gold. Come on, man. They love doing their gold recolors for sure. TT loves gold. Shows like how many members are a part of 24K, the team that I have in my collection. But it's Chain Kerbeus, I believe Karma, and then Karma and Moment Dash. So we're getting a new driver with this, like Moment, except we got the Dash version for it. Which I mean, at this point, is no big thing because literally freaking metal bearing drift's gonna be a thing, so it's wild. But yeah, yeah. Speaking of that, it's gonna be a segue. But yeah, we got like Moment Dash. At this point, they might as well just do like anything Dash, like whatever. Literally just different drivers to help balance out the game and the meta and such, because you've got some crazy like defense and stamina drivers that we've gotten with DB and BU, no doubt. But yeah, so overall, like the stock wise, the combo, I definitely see it being a beast for defense, and it's gonna have some pretty good stamina in LAD because having not only Moment but Moment Dash. So against the opposite spin, it's gonna be able to tank those attacks, but also have the stamina in LAD to continue spinning as well. But yeah, so pretty hyped about this set. Overall, looks really, really sick, and I'll be picking one up. Those recolors are so dope for sure. But yeah, if anything, maybe I don't know. Maybe I'll use the stadium. If not, maybe I'll put the stadium off to the side. But yeah. Anyways, that's it for that release. If I had to give it like a full overall like out of 10, I'd give it like a 7. Like a solid 7, just because like we've seen like Divine Belial before. We've seen Divine a few times. We got Moment Dash with this though. The recolor for Divine Belial was really, really cool, so I definitely dig that. And also the recolor for Chain Kerbeus is really, really sick. So yeah, I'd say a solid 7 would be good for it because it comes with like one new part with it, and some really sick recolors and plus the stadium. So yeah, give it like a 7 out of 10. But that's the first thing. Then we got number 2, the second thing with this. That being, we got the news on the new Helios and Hyperion, man. It's like a customized set. Like a fusion set, customized set, whichever one you want to call it. But there's 3 bays with it. There's a launcher with it as well, and it's got blue and red with it, which looks really, really sick. We got, it's the funny thing because they reuse names. Never seen that really. They pay homage, like how there's like Zest Achilles because Z Achilles, and then like Chain Kerbeus because they had like the chain counter with Hazard Kerbeus, so that reference with that. Z-Foid Excalibur because having the 2 X's with it, like X2 was the first one that we saw on the show, and then now having Z-Foid, but this one they just did a full-fledged same name. We got Super Hyperion and King Helios. They kept the names the same, which is really, really interesting to see for sure, man. The crazy thing with this is that these bays have the freaking duo Eclipse gimmick. Literally, they split in half, and then they can combine together to make a different shaped, powerful bay. Except it's multiple modes with this. So, like for King Helios, I think it has Giga, right? Giga, and then a new driver called Zeal. I'm pretty sure it's called Zeal. And it's basically, it reminds me of like a mixture of RSF and RS. Because it's got like a rubber ball kind of tip at the bottom, so it's like an RS, which that's going to make it very, very defensive for sure, man. Like RS, those types of tips are insane. Like something like Bite. The closest thing we've gotten to this before is Bite. And Bite being super duper defensive, like not having the craziest stamina or LAD or anything, but being really defensive. It also has like a free spinning ring on the outside of it too, so that'll probably help out a stamina and LAD. So that way, like they're paying homage to Helios Volcano and King Helios with it, because having the free spinning part on the outside, like how Zone was, so it should have maybe some stamina and LAD with it. Hopefully, we got to get it and test it to really see how it's gonna do. But yeah, man, I'm really, really hyped for it, and that they actually put a new driver with this. I thought they were going to maybe do like Zone Dash or like High Zone Dash or something like that, but they actually put a new one. So Zeal, really excited to see how it's going to be, man. I think like over time it's going to get worn down like that rubber ball will, and then it's got like a kind of flat part on the outside, but it's still rubber. So it's going to probably be like RSF. It's going to probably start off being more like an RS, like staying in one spot, and then as it wears down a little bit, it's going to be more like an RSF, being a little bit aggressive going around, kind of like how King Helios and Super Hyperion both were. Well, how King Helios was, because, you know, I mainly got in those counter attacks with it. But yeah, overall, it's looking really sick. And then Super Hyperion having, I think, Tapered and Explosion is the name of the new driver. I was guessing maybe it'll be something along the lines of like Explode, Explosion, and sure enough, it's Explosion. That one I was able to guess. But it's like a combination of Destroy and Jolt, I think. Because it's got the free spinning part on the outside, like how long it has for Destroy, but then the inside part having the rubber and stuff, so definitely paying homage to Exceed, but also having the free spinning part on the outside, making it where like it's a big time raw attacker, but has some stamina and LAD with it. And it makes me laugh because this thing's literally like the Rampage driver on my Hydra, you know. Anybody who knows like my Exodus Hydra, Rampage, literally the same thing. It's got like a rubber Destroy type thing with it. And now we literally got that with Explosion. And that the name's Explosion. Yeah. Really, really sick. So I see it having some major attack with it. Also some stamina and LAD against opposite spin because of the free spinning part on the outside. And hopefully the free spinning parts for both of them will make it where like they won't circle around and like self KO big time. With the free spinning parts, both of them being free spinning too. That's one thing I really enjoy because Exceed X was locked in place and it made it super aggressive and it just, you know, went out of the stadium like crazy. But having like the free spinning part on the outside of Explosion should save it when it's going around the stadium, using it like brakes to avoid the stadium out, you know, get major hits in. Like how Helios had with like the Z chip, you know, like the same thing, that both of them could do that is really, really hype. And not only that, literally the combinations that they make for them. So like one side of them's metal, the other side's rubber. So you can have different combinations with it. Like I said, it's got the dual Eclipse gimmick with it where they come together. So it's like Super King Helios, Super King Hyperion. So it makes sense that they kept the names that way because paying homage to Sparking or Super King with it, you know. Which is cool. So Super King Helios, Super King Hyperion. I think Helios has full metal with it when it's combined with the two different parts. Hyperion has full rubber with it when combined with the two parts. So it's going to make it like a big time rubber attacker. Like how Brave was, you know, and honestly, Brave hit big time. So if it has like that right rubber attack with it and the rubber's soft enough, maybe you can have some major attack with it. And then Helios having more like the heavy metal, like defense and stamina with it, but still having the barrage because having the parts of Hyperion. So that's really, really sick. But thinking about it, you got the stock versions. So getting a set, like you got to get a big time collector with all the different modes. Damn it, TT. Like freaking Zest Achilles. I already need like 6 for that. Just to make all the different modes where I have one in all the different modes. You know, at least with the low mode. Helios and Hyperion, sort of same thing. Hopefully don't need that many sets, but like, you think about it. You got them stock-wise. And then if you want to make like the Super King Helios and Super King Hyperion, you need another set in order to get those parts to do that. But then you could also take like the 2 metal parts for Helios. You need 2 sets in order to do this, but then you can make like Helios to where it has like the 10 blades all the way around with the full metal. So that's like metal Helios, and then I think Hyperion, you could have like a full rubber Hyperion with rubber on both sides. So you need 2 sets in order to do that, and then another set to have them stock, and then another set, you know, to make the Super King Helios and Super King Hyperion. So you literally need freaking 4 sets in order to make all the different modes for these bays. Damn it, TT. Being so smart with this, man. Getting their money grab with this for sure. Like, you didn't have enough with Zest? I already need like 6 versions of Zest Achilles in order to have the different versions. Like, you know, with the speed mode, attack mode, defense mode, and both rotations, you need 6 in order to do that. Now you need 4 in order to make all these different combos for Helios and Hyperion. My God. They're being so smart with this too, though, like the marketing and stuff, because they know people will pick them up and want to get them on all the different modes, especially the big time like collectors and bay tubers and such. You already know, man, and you know my big time collecting ass self with all the different modes of the bays is gonna get multiple sets. You got to get at least 4 in order to pull off all those modes. If you want them all stock, you need at least 4 sets, and that's freaking damn. That's wild. But yeah, so anyways, I'm really excited for this set. Also, the last thing that comes with this set is Divine Belial. They put in Divine with this as well, but Divine with the H gear. So the H gear basically being like the replacement for the L gear, except the H gear is 2 parts. One of them's plastic, the other one's metal. And it could actually be arranged to where you could have it in the high mode or the low mode. So they fixed what the L gear did, because the L gear made it where it was stuck in the high mode, but now having this H gear, it could be in the high mode and the low mode while adding another gear. And that's freaking awesome. So I wonder, are they just gonna have the V gear be the bottom one to make the perfect Divine Belial, because it's like a full protagonist themed bay, of course, you know, because obviously Belial representing Bel, and then the D gear from Dragon, Drum, the A gear, Iga, Achilles, the H gear, Helios and Hyperion, Hikaru and Hyuga, and then maybe just the V gear being for the bottom one. You know, it would make sense if they just don't make another one, like they just keep the V gear, you know, so V gear, Valkyrie, Vault, full protagonist theme with it, man. If that's the perfect Beyblade, like the perfect gear for Divine, then I'm all for that, man. But yeah, so it coming with the H gear and such. I mean, getting multiple sets like is honestly nice because I'm one that keeps the base stock. So like with the H gear being on this Divine, I'm not gonna want to take it off and use it for my other Divine. So you know, needing multiple sets to set the freaking money. Oh my god, TT's trying to kill our wallets for sure, man. Going out the end of Burst, it's insane. But overall, it's a really really solid set. I would give this set a solid 8.59. And you need to not fall off. But solid 8.59 because a lot of new parts with this. You know, like Tapered and Giga being the only ones that are really, really repeated with this. Oh, well, Nexus too, with the Belial, you know, with the Divine Belial. The Belial core is the Belial 3. So we got a third Belial core. So that's really, really cool. Yeah, so we got a new Belial core with that. And also the driver is bearing drift. We're not just getting the metal bearing drift, like they put out the metal bearing drift as a special thing, but we got regular bearing drift with this. It's on the horizon, man. It's coming. That boy's coming. You know it's going to be top tier. Literally, it's like drift combined with the bearing driver because it has bearings in it. Overall shape being like how drift is, and drift already being good for stamina and LAD, but now having the freaking bearings in it, making it stronger for same spin is going to be top tier for sure. He's got to get some stuff to balance that out. But I mean, Explosion seems like it's going to have some major attack. So with that name Explosion, hopefully it has some major attack with it and actually does really well. But yeah, what? I don't even know what just happened. My phone just did like the Harlem Shake or something. I don't even know. That was real, but you know. But yeah. Anyways, dude, I'd give it like a solid 9 for sure. Like a solid 9, 9.5 for this set because it's a really solid set. A lot of new parts with this, even for like the Belial core. Getting bearing drift with it, getting, you know, Helios and Hyperion with it, new drivers for them, you know, still having like Tapered and Giga with them and Nexus, but still a lot of new parts with this, man, and like seeing Divine again, but still a solid 9. I give it a solid 9 because this set's really, really hype. But yeah, and then we're not even done. That's the crazy part. We're not done. More news came out literally like last night. We're getting a V2 set for the Plastic Gen remakes, dude. So we've got, Dragoon V2, Dronzer V2, Drigger V2, and now newly put into this, Drasil V2. They have it locked in the set, which, you know, is no big thing. Like, you know, as a given, like, if they were to make it, maybe it would be in a set. And sure enough, it's locked in a set. But the fact that they did this gives me hope for stuff, too. Because like MFB remakes possibly could be a thing, man. Because they made Drasil V2. They made it with this set. I think it'd be foolish if they didn't make one more set and it'd be an MFB themed set with some new drivers and everything with it. Like, give 4D its props, man. That's the only thing I need left for Burst, honestly, because this roster is really, really solid. Like, if they were to add any more bays, you know, I'd definitely go with, like, I made my top 5, you know. I'd go with Diabolos, I'd go with Zeus, I'd go with, I'd go with Diabolos, I'd go with Zeus, I'd go with Hades, I'd go with Apocalypse, I'd go with Genesis. Those would be the 5 after that, and that would be a completely solid roster. Hands down solid. But, you know. And besides those things, really just want to see, like, MFB remakes for 4D. Like, that's it. And then I'll be completely happy with and content with how Burst ends and such. So I have hopes maybe they'll make an MFB set, because making this V2 set, come on, man. Just one more MFB set with the bays being at the level of, like, the 4D bays. You know what I mean? And do the gimmick that they did for Drigger V2, where they use, like, a freaking quad drive or, you know, Dynamite Battle or BU discs for it and implement them with it. You know, you could easily do that. Big Bang Pegasus, Ultimate Reboot Dash, High Ultimate Reboot Dash, whatever the hell you want to put for it. Literally, High Ultimate Reboot Dash would be perfect. El Drago Destroy, something like Generate, something that's like Generate or Generate Dash. You know what I mean? Like something like that. Fang Leon, High Wave Dash or whatever, like Metal Wave, High Wave Dash, whatever they want to put with it. Phantom Orion, Bearing Dash, High Bearing Dash, whatever else, Metal Bearing, whatever they want to do with it. Flash Sagittario, high yielding, because they use yielding for all the different WD bays like Earth Aquila, Gravity Destroyer. Those 2 remakes, they both use yielding. And then literally Sagittario as WD, just high yielding, make it taller, you know, high yielding dash or something like that. And then Diablo Nemesis with like Trick Dash or something like that. You know what I mean? Like that would be the perfect set, hands down. Or even if they just did like Diablo Nemesis and they just made it like Quattro or something. But I think the closest thing that's like Diablo Nemesis would be Trick. So like Trick Dash, high Trick Dash, something like that. But literally, they have the perfect opportunity to make that set. That's all I really want, man, is the 4D set. That's one of the big things I just ask for. Like the other like predicted bays, well, you know, hopeful bays like Diabolos and such, obviously out the window. I'd love to see them be made. At this point, it's unlikely, but at least make a 4D set, man. That's the big thing. But yeah, but overall, I'm really glad that they're doing this V2 set and that we're getting actually Drasil V2 because it was the one that was missing. So they switched up the parts too. Dragoon V2 has it still has wheel, but it's a black wheel, and then it has explosion dash on it. So they made a different driver for it, man. So it's gonna probably go in the anime collection. Like I managed to get the set, like yeah, I'll make it because it's a different combo for it, but it's still Dragoon V2, you know. 2 different versions, but it's a different combo, so I'm gonna leave that combo for like the anime collection and such. And then there's Dronzer, which still has, I think it still has Zero Cross reboot dash, which, you know, is a combo that it came with before, Dronzer V2. And then Drigger V2, they switched it up a bit. It doesn't have over. It actually has illegal. It's a gray illegal. So illegal wedge dash instead of over wedge dash. So, you know, switching that up a little bit. So, you know, switching up that combo. And I mean, you see stock-wise, it's the strongest Plastigen remake for sure, power-wise. And then we got Drasil V2 coming with this, man. And I think the parts are 10 turn, and we got Planet Dash with this, dude. That's a really awesome dash driver. Like, just seeing Planet having that up burst resistance and everything with it, man. Planets, that's a good choice. That's a really, really nice choice for a driver, hands down. So overall with this set, I'd give this set a solid like 8.5, you know, because I mean it's bays we've seen before, but they even switched up the parts and such, making them exclusive to this set. So that's really, really cool. But yeah, man, so overall, that's all the news. Holy crap, a lot of stuff coming. My wallet's gonna hurt, grinding big time. Ow, damn, TT, what the fuck? Like, so many releases, and we're not even done yet. We still got November, we got December, at least 2 months. Don't know if they're gonna have anything for you know, January or February. Like the end of the fiscal year is usually like they might have something January and February release wise, which we don't know if they will. Maybe like December with Lucifer might be the last one, but you know, we're just gonna have to wait and see, man. But overall, we're getting a lot of stuff, even going in like the fall winter territory. It's insane. But anyways, guys, yeah, that's gonna do it for this news video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to slice that like button down below. Let me know how I did. If you're new to my channel, definitely be sure to subscribe for some epic content because I upload daily. And if you haven't already, be sure to ring that bell by my channel name to be notified whenever I upload a video. And I'm still damn shook. There's so much coming. There's so much coming, man. TT's not playing at the end of this, man. They're like, we're going out, but we're going out with an absolute banger. And a lot of stuff coming with this, man. All of our wallets. RIP. All of our wallets. But anyways, till next time, guys, it's your boy Kimbo signing off. See you guys later. Thanks so much for watching. Till then, stay awesome and cool shoot. I'm up out of here.